Welcome to Tarot and Oracle for the Soul. This is Sarah, and today I have an unboxing. So as you all know, my husband likes to do Kickstarter, and we saw Tarot and Oracle for the Soul had a new deck coming out, and so he bid on this. I like this little packaging. I don't know how many of you overlap and watch my Sarah's Prismatic Musing channel and this channel, but I have said goodbye to Sarah's Prismatic Musings. Well, at least to the long form content. I may post shorts on that, and when my husband's Lenormand comes out, I will be doing a flip through and announcements about that. However, my tarot, Reiki, and hypnotherapy business is no longer. So I did not renew my Smart Reiki and Tarot website. I have decided that being a professional YouTuber, tarot reader, Reiki practitioner, and hypnotherapist is not for me. Running a small business is a lot of work. It's very stressful. And living in a conservative part of the country and trying to do that also is very isolating. Plus, so for those of you who don't know, my husband and I left Phoenix about a year and a half ago, and we moved to Cochise County, Arizona. And in this little unincorporated village in the middle of nowhere. It used to be a retirement community through the 90s, and it kind of fell into disarray in the early 2000s until a few years ago. And now it's just, for everybody. Now, for people who are reaching retirement age, I don't know why you would want to move to the middle of nowhere, why you'd want to be isolated. Now, I thought I did. We looked at a house that was completely off the grid in the middle of nowhere. Literally, it was a cow pasture. The road was very, very rough. You needed a 4x4 truck to get out to this house. Our closest neighbor was a power plant and cows. It was like right up against the Navajo reservation. And I am just so happy that we did not end up buying that, even though it was my dream to live like totally off the grid in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how I would have survived that. Where we lived, at least it was like a community setting. Granted, most of the people in the community were Mormons, Mennonite, Southern Baptist, very fundamental Christians. So with my husband and I, it was very much like, burn them, they're witches. Literally, that was kind of the feeling. And everyone was negative all the time. Like wherever we went, and you'd hear people's conversations, it was conspiracy theory this, conspiracy theory that. And again, it wasn't great for my mental health, hearing all of that all the time. We were in our favorite store. There was a place called Under His Wings 333. It was a great used furniture store, and they would sell coffee and ice cream there. And I love the owner, Sherlyn and Mike, and their daughter Jessica. And that was our hangout spot. There was a gentleman there, Ed, who my husband and I nicknamed the honorary mayor of our town. He's lived there since, I think he said the 70s, and he's owned so many businesses, and he's an artist, and he's helping out Sherlyn and Mike with their new business, and he's just an amazing guy. We loved him so much, and we really miss them. Anyway, we were in there getting ice cream and talking to Ed, and this group of women like come in like bats out of hell and are like screaming witches, witches, and they're just going like losing their minds. It was they were very emotional, and it was over the top. And they weren't talking about us. They were talking about some politicians in Arizona. And yeah, it was stuff like that all the time. And it was just very hostile. So I just didn't feel safe there. I didn't feel secure. I didn't feel happy. You know, there was places like Under His Wings 333 was amazing. I love that place. And some of our neighbors were great, but everybody else and just the general vibe was so off. So in June for my birthday, we ended up going to Roswell to visit my friends, and we decided to look at a couple houses. It was just impromptu. And we fell in love with one, and we made an offer. We got outbid, but needless to say, 2 months later, we had a house and we moved. So we just moved officially a couple of weeks ago, and that move was the worst move I've ever experienced. The professionals we hired, and I'm going to say professionals like that because, no, they weren't professionals. They showed up 4 hours late. We had been up the night before all night packing and trying to get organized and get everything ready. And we hadn't slept. And then, because they were supposed to be there at 6 in the morning, they didn't show up until 10 in the morning. And then, so it was like about an 8-hour, it's like 7.5 with the time change drive from where we live to our new home. And they wanted us to meet them the next morning at like 8. Well, we left not long after them, and because we knew we had to meet them the next morning, and they were supposed to be at the house waiting for us that next morning. We were going to unload, and then we were looking forward to going to sleep. Well, let me back up actually. So they show up 4 hours late. They don't have dollies. They don't have moving pads. They don't have restraints. They don't have anything. So I couldn't fire them because me being impulsive, because basically we were having issues. We couldn't we wanted to do like the pods and move ourselves, but it would have cost us $8,000 to do that. Way too much money. We were having Mercury retrograde was getting us with everything. Like nothing was like going through, like we were trying to book. So finally I just called this company, and I was just like, I'm just gonna book it. And anyway, I paid cash, which was stupid. I will never do that again. So I couldn't fire them because we'd already paid. That was like our moving budget. So they showed up late with none of these things. And when we left, we ended up having car trouble, and we had to stop halfway. We didn't make it ourselves. We had to spend money on a hotel. We really only slept 2 hours that night, and so we paid for a hotel just to sleep for 2 hours, which sucks. We left to meet them. We get here, they're not here. They show up 4 hours late. I couldn't be around because I was furious, and I was so tired. I just wanted to sleep. That I left. I was not here for them unloading. When I got back, I found out that a 5-foot ceramic lamp, that's like one of a kind. I can't find anything that's like this. Didn't make it. So either it got stolen, it got broken, who knows. The guy, I tried calling him, I texted him, nothing, no response. I took pictures of the damage of the furniture that did make it. So yeah, I do not recommend hiring this company. They are a company out of Tucson called Wildcat Movers. They have great ratings. I think they're all lies. Horrible. It was just such a bad experience. And Well, we paid, our moving budget, and not everything got moved. We still have to go back to Arizona and get the rest of our stuff, which is so stressful. Plus, I am applying for jobs, which is super stressful. And so right now is a really, really stressful time. I was devastated about paying so much for the movers and then things being damaged and lost and broken. It really took me out for a couple of weeks. Luckily for this channel, I had filmed about like 2 months worth of videos. I know I missed uploading for this Wednesday, but I have 2 more videos ready to go. I'm not sure if I'm really going to continue posting on this. I have more flip throughs and cards and stuff, but with this move, I realized that I am too much of a collector of everything: books, tarot, oracle cards, knickknacks, and I really don't want to be weighed down by goods. So my goal is to downsize and minimize. I don't know if I could live the minimalistic life, but this move, with how devastating it was for me to lose things and feel violated by this company, I don't want to have attachments, and I want to be able to be free to move wherever I want to move, whenever I want to move. Now, this move to Arizona, I mean, from Arizona to New Mexico, like, has been great. I've made friends already, and everyone's so friendly and so nice. And, living in a city is wonderful, and having people we already know here is great. But, the perks of living in Arizona is your driver's license is great until you're 65. And the government, like, backs off you here. Everything is, it's like being back in New England again, where the government's up your butt in your business. And I don't really like that. And you have to get a driver's license every 8 years, and the first time you get a driver's license in New Mexico, you have to pay for a background check, and it's just like, and all these jobs I want to apply for, you have to have a New Mexico driver's license, and it's like, what does it matter? I'm a United States citizen. Who cares what state my driver's license is from? I don't know. These are things that when I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't care. I was just like, that's just the way it is. But now I'm like, ugh, but it's just these little, like, day-to-day details that it's like, I miss Arizona. I miss the Sonoran Desert, and I lived in Arizona for 12 years, and so now having to get used to a new state with new rules and laws and regulations is just it's going to take time. And I guess I'm not as flexible as I was 12 years ago, because I have a lot of fear around it. But I'm sorry, I'm rambling. So anyway, my husband saw that Tarot Oracle had this new deck, and so he had purchased it on Kickstarter before we knew we were moving, because like I said, everything for us for the move, like, we hadn't planned on moving until next year. We were going to stay at our house until, at least 2024 to this spring, and then we were going to start looking, and we rushed it. So everything was like boom, boom, boom. I wasn't mentally, physically, emotionally prepared, which that didn't help. And yes, I was miserable where we lived. But you still have to, like, prepare yourself to move, and I hadn't done that. So even though I was excited and I was really pushing, I was like, I just want to get out of here, and that was part of the problem as well. So yeah, it's like, I know what I did wrong, and I've learned my lessons, and I know that I need to not buy tarot and oracle cards anymore. And I know that I don't want to be a professional tarot reader. Like, I sold my massage table before we left, and I'm going to be like looking for places that I can sell my tarot cards online, and we're going to be doing lots of yard sales. Like, we got rid of so much stuff before we even moved, and we still have so much stuff. It's overwhelming. So sorry, I ranted for a lot longer than I anticipated. But let's open this. Let's see if I can open this. But yeah, I've spent the day trying to apply for jobs. I applied yesterday and today, and I have a headache, and I'm just so stressed out, and I forgot, like, trying to like prove your worth to people. It's not fun, but you have to prove your worth even as a tarot reader. So it doesn't matter what job you have to prove your skills, you have to prove, you know, everything. So okay, you get a little mint. That's cute. It's wrapped up all nice. Oh look, some more mints. And then this looks like a sticker. That's cute. And is this a bookmark? And a cute little bookmark. Very cute. All right, so that's the packaging. We've got the thank you for supporting the small business. Again. And the tasty tarot. Dedicated to my amazing YouTube subscribers and Patreon supporters. Oh, and it's autographed. Cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then, of course, his YouTube channel, Tarot Oracle Original, Patreon Tarot Oracle. That's cute. The mouse on the moon. I like the feel of the tuck box. It's nice. Oh wow, look at the backs. Very colorful. I love the colors. So I don't know if where we live now is going to be my forever home. We said that about the last house, that we were never gonna move, but I'm a Gemini and I can't do that. Phoenix was the longest place other than where I grew up that I stayed as an adult. And Phoenix, when I got there, it just felt like home. Like, I felt so happy to be in Phoenix, and I don't feel that here, but I'm hoping that once I start working that I will feel that. So the cards have a really strong odor. They smell kind of bad. They're super slippery. I don't love that. They're bendy. A little too slippery for me. See how you just put it down? Here, let me see if I can. And they just kind of slide. Not too bad now. When I first put it down, they just slid, but whew. These cards have a very strong odor. I already have a headache. And it's contributing. Oh, this one's so cute. I like the Emperor. But I have learned so much about myself. Like, I know that I could not do van life. I am way too claustrophobic. I could not live in a van. I couldn't live in a camper. I do have to have a home base. But there's a part of me that would love to be able to, you know, just get rid of everything and just move to Europe and eat real food and or just travel, like not necessarily like settle in Europe. I want to go to South America and Central America. I want to go to the Caribbean. I want to experience Malaysia. I've heard really great things about Malaysia. Like, I want to gain experiences. I think this new generation is amazing because they are about experiences and they're not so much about collecting, even though I know that there's a lot of YouTubers and, you know, YouTube definitely promotes collecting. And I say, you know, I always wanted a library, and now that I have a library, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. It attracts rodents and bugs and things like that, and maintaining books and keeping them beautiful is kind of, you know, hard work. And it's funny because I was a total, like, I prefer physical books until like now, and now I'm like, I just use Kindle all the time. I like the Two of Cups too, that's fun. Now I actually prefer reading books on Kindle, on my phone. It's just more convenient to not have to carry around a book and my phone, and having everything in one place is really nice. And so I think that life, it is about memories, and it is about experiences, and it is about trial and error and learning and not staying in your comfort zone. Yeah, staying in your comfort zone is comfortable and safe. And if you take no risks, there is no loss. And yes, I'm dealing with feelings of loss. However, at least I get to say I've had the experience. I've got to try it, you know. I'm working through that rather than growing old and being bitter and being afraid of my own shadow and being afraid of everything. I don't want to be afraid of everything. I don't want to be afraid of people from other cultures or races or ideologies or backgrounds, you know. I don't want to be one of those people who is so confined by their comfort zone that they can't see outside of themselves. I definitely want to continue to grow and learn as a person. And I think that moving and traveling and having experiences allows you to do that. So even though I've been dealing with loss and sadness and depression and anxiety, I would be dealing with those regardless. It doesn't matter. As they say, wherever you go, there you are. But most people are mean when they're older because they're bitter, and there's so much that they regret not doing, and there's so much that they regret that they did. And you know, I spent the first half of my life collecting, and now I'm going to spend the second half of my life downsizing and trying to break my connection and attachment to things and just be attached to people and animals and my pets and friends, you know, and yeah. All right, so this is the Tasty Tarot by Tarot Oracle. You can find him on YouTube and Patreon. Thank you for listening to me ramble, and I have 2 more videos. Like I said, I pre-recorded videos for like 2 months for this channel. My other channel is basically done. I'm not sure. There's so many great VRs going around right now. I'm just not sure. I'm still giving tarot readings for people who ask, but I'm not advertising. I just had a tarot reading the other day. But I'm not giving tarot readings for myself, and I'm not really playing with the tarot cards. I am burnt out. I need a break. So I don't know if I would really have anything to contribute with VRs at the moment. But we'll see. Maybe in a couple more weeks here, I'll be ready to film for this channel. Part of the reason why I got rid of Sarah's Prismatic Musings is not just because it's attached to my business that's, you know, defunct now, but I just don't want to be in front of the camera anymore. Showing cards and talking is one thing, but I just don't want my face. So in this community, I don't really want people to know that I read tarot or that I did read tarot or anything like that. A few people know, but I'm not advertising it. I really want to fit in and have a sense of community and have friends and have a social life. And it's been wonderful. Like, we've gone to see musicians play, and there's always things going on. There's always like a festival like almost every weekend or every other weekend here. So there's so much to do. It's been nice. We've been getting out and walking and going swimming, and it's been good in that sense. It's nice. But yeah, it's just a change for me, and applying for jobs is like a full-time, it's like a full-time job. It's in and of itself, and it's really stressful. But I wanted to get this recorded, even though I have a headache from applying for jobs. But thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, your support. I really appreciate you all. And I'll try to get those other 2 videos that I had pre-recorded up. And we'll see. I'm not sure the future of this, because this channel is just flip throughs, and I may not be getting videos up twice a week anymore, but it just may be sporadic as I can film. But I will see you all next time. Bye, y'all.